But first, guys, this just got reported. I saw it on 3. Apparently, Pete Thamels reported it. Something going down with Mike Gundy is in a standoff with Oklahoma State over the future of his coaching contract. I want to read a little bit of this article by Andrew Graham from On 3. He says, Oklahoma State and head football coach Mike Gundy are at an impasse over his contract going forward. Pete Thamel reports. Gundy, they went 3-9. In response, the administration wants to restructure his contract and cut his salary. Gundy has apparently told people, but they haven't brought forth finalized details. His current contract is a rolling 5-year deal. His base salary was $7.75 million this year. It says if Gundy doesn't agree to the restructuring deal, Oklahoma State could fire him for cause, Thamel reported. He is owed more than $25 million if fired without cause. So basically, just to put a bow on it, Pete Nakos from On3 reported shortly after Oklahoma State is planning to cut Gundy's base salary and rededicate those funds to going all in on NIL. Should he agree? If Gundy doesn't, they will terminate his contract. Sneaky Pete.
Wait, okay, so he's on a rolling 5-year
rolling
contract.
5-year.
What is that? How many years are left on his contract?
It doesn't say
when
on
Michigan
here.
did this with Jim Harbaugh, his contract was up.
Yeah.
If his contract's not up, what are you just going and begging him to restructure it?
I'm guessing it, but we say that on one hand, but then they say if they don't restructure it, that they're going to be able to fire him with cause.
What does that mean?
Is there some sort of clause in his contract where they say if we want to restructure this and you don't agree to the restructuring, then you're fired?
Or is it based on past behavior that?
I think they would have. I think they would have fired him already for that if that was the case. But maybe they had a lot of hype going into this year. This happened to Jim Harbaugh, right, where they went in there and restructured the deal, cut his base salary too, I think, but it wasn't to rededicate whatever they cut to going all in on NIL. My question is, and if any Oklahoma State fans in the chat or anybody that knows wants to chime in, so you can say, hey, you're on a current deal, rolling 5-year deal, whatever that means. You're on a rolling 5-year deal. We want to restructure it, but if you don't want to restructure it, then we can fire you for not restructuring it? What kind of contract is that?
Is this just the cause is just because you won 3 games?
Yeah, this makes zero sense to me. I don't know how you could do that.
It's kind of a mystery to me too, but again, I don't know what exactly the verbiage is in his original contract, because to me that doesn't make it sound like, hey, we know you did something. We're not going to say what you did to get you fired, but if you don't agree to this, then we're going to fire you with cause.
I hate that stuff. It's like if the institution should have already fired the head coach for cause, then you should have fired him no matter if they had a great season or a bad season.
I agree with that 100%.
What are we doing?
But do we know that's what it is, though?
No.
Is there something maybe in his contract now?
I know nothing other than what you've told me.
Yeah, I know nothing other than what
I know he's 40. I know he's 40 and he's a man.
I know that my Big 12 projections, thanks to Oklahoma State.
Which, you know what, we actually, I think our buddy Cody made the heat grid of how we did on
that's
our
next
conference
week.
ones. They're really good until you get to the Big 12.
That's next week. Can't wait.
It's really good. Hey, what's up, YouTube? Look, playoffs almost set. Championship games this weekend. Let's get thick with it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button.